welder, but now he has a challenge, so he said I'll try to do it with him now.
Oh, what's he gonna use?
I don't know, but he seemed excited.
Okay.
Yeah, Munson murder.
We bonded over boots the other day
Okay, cool.
because he has a boot and I had a boot, and we both had foot injuries, different reasons, and yet, what's that all about? Anyway, and I had to say that. We need to recap for Joyce what you guys just talked about. So Joyce, here's the context of the conversation. I mentioned how in the group chat last night I saw people asking about the deadline as far as the project being due. I told them, I think I said yesterday, and so I'm reiterating that I said by next Wednesday. Have it done and submitted to me so I can go through them and then put them in order and then post them for the AB kids to be able to access, etc. before spring break. George has already submitted his, and so we asked him for advice. So George, do a quick recap of what you decided to use, and then I'll do a quick recap of other options. Ready, set, go.
So with a Mac, you can plug in your iPad or your iPhone, and you are able to use Quick Play to record the screen that you picked. So you can either use your FaceTime webcam that's on your laptop already, or you can go ahead and change the settings so it is recording only the iPad. And you would do that just by there's like a red record button on the Quick Play, and there's an arrow to the right, you click that and you select the iPad's name, and it would record everything when you start it, and it records the voice too.
And then I was letting them know that there are other options. There are other iPad apps. If you look for whiteboard apps, you might be able to find one that has a recording capability, where you could just do it all in a tablet, like borrow it from a parent or a friend or a sibling or someone that has a tablet that you could borrow if you don't have one yourself. Or you could do it using your computer and or phone and rigging it in a way that it could record you working on an actual whiteboard or on actual paper. You could have things print it out so you're doing a physical recording. Using your actual Forever Endeavor cards, etc. It doesn't have to be all electronic or some mixture of the two. So there are lots of options you could technically use if you make a file that you think you would be able to do on the smartboard. We could set up a time and try to figure out a time where you could have 15-20 minutes during lunch and unlock the door or something, people can't come in and disturb you, or after school or something where you record it in here. It's just going to be a little bit harder, but that is an option if you have no other way to do it. Cool? Cool. All right, you guys have in front of you something called Laying the Foundation. They've done all sorts of different reviews. This is only a few of them, and you guys don't have all of these right now. Right now I'm doing with AB different, I haven't even gotten up to here yet, but we're doing limits and continuity and definition of the derivative. We're going to do theorems and hypotheses tomorrow if we can get copied. But you guys, I know that the BC stuff is giving you trouble. Some of the AB stuff as well, but working on your particular FRQ should help with that. With the AB stuff, once we start doing more practice tests, some of you might be doing those individually already from my website, AP Exam Review. You'll see a mixture of AB and BC, but I was a little worried about some of our dilemmas with BC content on the one that you guys took on Saturday. So before you guys get that back, we're not going to do that today, aka it's not done. I did find BC only topics that I thought would be helpful for us to go through. So Taylor series is the one that you're getting today, and that's the one that is on page something or others. I don't even know where, somewhere way down far. ¿Dónde está? Aquí. Okay, so what do they have? Because they give you a little bit of notes and they give you some examples. So what do you see so far when you open it up?
Endeavor cards.
Endeavor cards, right? So any of you guys that forgot how to do e to the x on FRQ number 6 on the AP exam, couldn't you have just taken e to the x and used the old school, it's not really old school, but the entire formula for a Taylor series? And couldn't you have plugged in f of 0 for e to the 0 is 1, and then f prime of 0, so the derivative of e to the x is e to the x, plug in 1, etc., etc., etc. Okay? Anyway, just a quick reminder, we do have our Endeavor cards that are going to be seen there. We have Maclaurin, which is centered at 0. And then the important Maclaurin series. Do we have all of these in our Endeavor cards? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
More, don't we?
We have this one for sure, this one for sure, this one for sure, this one for sure, and I think we have at least one, if not two more.
Ln of 1 plus x.
Yeah. We don't have the 1 over 1 plus x because we just plug in a negative x, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like 1 minus x squared over 2 plus.
Oh, you mean ln? Yeah. Okay. So, I want you guys to go ahead and go straight to, because if you notice, there are quite a few examples, and it's all on Taylor series stuff. We have multiple choice, multiple choice, multiple choice. Bye. We have 2 free response. Nope. Woo! 4 free response. Go team. Now, if you guys look at the back of your packet real quick, are there any answers? Nope. I have answers. Where are your answers?
Online.
Online in the handouts key folder. Pourquoi? How come?
It's a handout.
So that it's not as, A, it's a handout. B, what I have or what I will post and when I run back to my computer as you guys are working. I don't want it to be super easily accessible where you can just flip back and then like change your answers real quick. However, I don't totally mind if you guys want to take pictures real fast. Do you want to do that so you can access it? Okay. Let me go ahead and try to see if I can make this as big as possible. There we go. You don't have to, but you can. It's the same idea as looking
Someone
online.
want to just take one and send in the group chat?
I got you.
Okay, we'll send something in the group chat.
I think George is saying yes.
Oh, wait, man.
Then the next one. Is it able to be seen if you zoom in, Jordan?
It's just that the first part, like, was really blurry. So I couldn't
But you have the first part as a question, right?
I have this one. I got this one.
And the next one.
You can hide them when you, like, click and zoom in to, like, it's all
Yeah, it's all weird. And then there's one, no, there's 2 more. Stink. Then the next one. Oh, okay, I'll just zoom in on the answer for number 3. It's kind of small. I mean long, kind of long. Got it? Okay, and then the last one. I suppose. Welcome.
I got all the FRQs.
Okay. Yeah, seriously though, right?
7 points on the first question. The last one.
For the 4-3 Taylor polynomial. Okay, so here's what I want for tomorrow, and we can work on it today in class. If you guys notice, in the different multiple choice questions, they say GC if you're allowed to use your graphing calculator. That's what's going on there. You should also be able to tell from the decimals in the answer. True. I want you guys to attempt the odds for full credit by tomorrow in class and grade them and see how you did. That way you can ask questions that you're stuck on the odds. Evens are due, could be tomorrow, could be the next day, I guess Monday, or Tuesday or Wednesday, sometime before the AP for bonus. But all the evens need to be attempted and graded. That way, for this, and we have one other for logistic functions and Euler's method. I figured that could be helpful as well. So, odds are due attempted by tomorrow, and guess what I'm going to give you for the remainder of class? Time to work. Does that sound good?
Does it matter? It's like if we do 1 GC but not 2 GC.
Well, I mean, unless you want to do the evens. But if I were you, I would probably try with the odds first, because that's what we're going to be going over tomorrow. That's what I'm checking for completion tomorrow. That you've attempted and graded. And hopefully you have questions that we can go over at the beginning. There are some GCs and some non-GCs. It's just odds are the ones I want to see attempted tomorrow. FRQs, what do you do? There are odd FRQs and there are even FRQs. True? True.
What's it?
Questions?
GC.
Graphing calculator.
Oh.
No, it's okay. All right, ready, set? You have each other now if you want to ask for advice. Amanda Johnson is out doing senior student council lunchtime, whatever, so I didn't want to necessarily get her any part of the time, so we're just working on it. Yes, because you guys in Taylor series scare me. Ready, set, and go.
You point. Unless we get